Hello everyone, Josh here with Gacha Legends, bringing y'all another Infinite Magicraid video, and today we're going to be talking about a guy that goes by a lot of names. One of those names is Whim's Daddy, because anytime he sees a shield, he's going to make you pay for it. So, you could call him the Shield Destroyer, the Shield Slayer, the Tower of Mark Master, whatever name you want to give him, even the God of the Tower. Because what this guy does to any unit that wants to utilize a shield, he will make you pay, and he will make you pay hard. And a lot of the bosses in Tower of Mark obviously are utilizing these shields, and he's going to do excellent work. Matter of fact, his performance is going to be so well received, he might even receive an Oscar for it. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and talk about the unit. I think we've hyped him up quite enough. So we're going to go over here to our nice little handy dandy notebook, our gallery here. Go to Epic. We're going to go to Blue Mark. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be for a Blue Mark team, or you can utilize him in PvP as well, because as I said, he might be Whim's daddy. You know, he's going to dominate even Catherine. He's going to dominate Liz. Anybody who's going to utilize a big beefy shield, he's going to dominate them. And that's going to be, you know, in PvP quite often. It's going to be in Tower of Mark. So it's going to be very good and useful for this unit to kind of go out and shine and show the world how good he truly is. And that unit, of course, is our boy Frey. Now, at first glance, he doesn't seem like anything special. And now, this is why I do not like tier lists in this game. I just want to take a quick minute here to kind of give some context here. I do not like tier lists for this game yet, because I don't feel that it's been long enough and it's way too soon to make a proper tier list. Obviously, every tier list is subjective, it's opinionated, whatever, but I feel like if you're going to make a tier list, you need to have some level of an educated opinion. Like, you need to go out and do the proper research and test certain things. There's no way you can convince me that all these units that are epics or higher have been taken all the way to A5 with some dupe investment, ideal gear, taken out there in the world and showcased properly and tested to give them a proper ranking. There's no way you can convince me of that, because this game, unlike some of the other competitors out there for turn-based gachas especially, there's not enough resources. So it's much, much, much more difficult to build these units up and test them. Now, I'm trying to do my part here. I've got multiple accounts. I've been playing every day that I can. Even when I was sick, I've been trying to do everything I can. Been gathering information from other users in the community, other communities that have tested some of these units, and kind of, you know, just trying to build these units up as best I can and see what they can do. How do they perform? And then maybe one day in the future, I will make a proper tier list as best I can anyways, with all these units at least somewhat researched, as best, you know, to the best of my ability. But this is going to be a great example of units that you're going to see on other tier lists being near the bottom, or just being flat out told to be foddered, and it's not good advice at all. Because after today, if you didn't believe in Frey, well, then you're going to pay. Because he is an absolute animal. All right. So let's get into the actual skill sets here. I just wanted to kind of give you guys some, you know, some backstory, some context, hype this guy up a little bit, give him a little bit of love, because I feel like he deserves a spotlight here. All right, skill 1. Deals 2 stages of 110% attack damage each to a single enemy. Of course, that's going to go up an extra 40%. We're going to get to the exclusives later, so we'll come back to that. Skill 2, active skill, 3-turn cooldown, obviously. He's going to be gaining 90% from the skill ups. But at base, you're going to do 360% attack damage to a single enemy and deals extra damage by 60%. Now, keep in mind, this is 60% of the target shield strength. So if a shield is like, let's say a shield is like 50% of the enemy's max HP, he's going to be doing 60% of that shield strength, or it's going to cap at 500% of Frey's attack. Whatever one hits the ceiling first, he's going to utilize that. So you're talking tons of damage to enemies that have big beefy shields. All you got to do for gear is build him straight attack. That's all you're going to do with this guy. You're just going to build him straight attack, as much attack as possible. Put an attack set on him if you want, and run wild, because that's kind of how you're going to utilize this guy. Again, we'll come back to the exclusives, sorry. All right, passive. Jubilation. I don't know why I like that. The word, it just rolls off the tongue. Jubilation. All damage dealt by Frey ignores the target's shield, and Frey deals 12% more damage when attacking targets that have a shield. And that's going to go up an additional 8% for a cap of 20% additional damage when attacking enemies with a shield, on top of ignoring the shield when he does damage. This guy, if you put a shield up against him, you are going to be hurt, and hurt badly. Thankfully, there's enough units out there that are utilizing shields and enough content that utilize shields that he's going to be great, not only just in tower, but in PvP and some other modes of the game as well. Which means he's a prime unit to actually take the A5, put some dupes in, and use him as some form of a carry, at least in some of those types of content, even as a free to play. So it's great. It's great, great, great. All right. Ultimate. Deals 2 stages of damage to a single enemy. The first stage deals 100% attack damage with a 60% chance to reduce their defense by 60% for 2 turns. If the enemy has a shield, the chance increases to 100%. The second stage deals 300% attack damage and deals an additional damage by 40% of the target's shield. This additional damage caps at 500%. Now, it says down here at level 2 through 4 for the skill up, it goes up an additional 40, 40, and 40. So an extra 120% there for the second stage. And if you saw, the second stage was 300. So that goes up to 420% plus 100 from the first stage, plus the defense down, plus the additional damage cap on the shield, based on either 40% of the shield strength or Frey's attack, which if you look down here, now let's get to the exclusives. If you get him an exclusive level 3, that extra damage cap goes up to 750% of his attack or 100% of the shield strength. Insanity. This guy's damage potential is out of this world against shield-based units. Double Blade Strike deals 50% more damage to targets who have a shield, so that's on his skill 1, which makes his skill 1 do pretty good amounts of damage. Copies the target's shield and resets its duration after dealing damage. Only removable shield can be copied. Now, I don't believe the removable shield's going to work all the time in Tower of Mark, obviously, but against like Wim or Liz, for example, it's going to be absolute insanity. Even against units like Catherine, when people start getting Catherines. This unit's also going to help you get your Catherine because he's going to help you clear a lot of those difficult stages in Tower of Mark, getting you that much closer to getting your first ever copy of Catherine from the campaign missions. This unit is incredible. The fact that he was slept on this long, the fact that he was never talked about this long is insane. And I'm glad that I'm hoping that I'm the first one to actually bring this guy to YouTube, you know, in this light anyways. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I might have missed some of the other YouTubers, but if not, I'm glad to be that person because I love finding these hidden gems. Now, I have seen this guy in action with some of the beta users. I've seen him hit 500k to 1 million damage on Tower of Mark bosses. And I've seen him obliterate teams in PvP. This guy is incredible. There's not much more I can say about Frey. He's awesome. So I hope you guys all do enjoy this video. If you are building a blue mark team or you're just looking for a really strong counter unit against shield based units in PvP or other types of content, look no further than Frey. He's awesome. So go out there and build him. If you see Frey in any tier list from now on that are saying to fodder this guy, fodder that tier list. There you guys go. That's it for me for now. Don't forget to subscribe, take notifications, join me in the Discord in the description below. As always, drop a like, help our little boy, our little blue dragon, our boy Gio out here on the channel. Nice, you know, get him nice and fat for winter, okay? Because winter's coming in soon. I also want to do a quick little shout out to all my residents out there in Florida. I wish you well. You know, of course, the hurricane and all that's going on. So just be safe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, peace.